Hey guys, welcome back to another video tutorial from Aditya Biologics. So guys, for your kind information, the name of the channel has been changed from Aditya Byte to Aditya Biologics. Okay. So guys, today in this video we are going to discuss about the human ear, structure and function. Okay. We are going to discuss the overall concept on ear, yeah, its whole part, its function and the working principle. Okay, so now let's start with the video. Okay, so let's start with the sense of hearing ear. Okay, so the ear enables us to be able to hear sound waves, have sense of equilibrium. Guys, these are the major function of human ear. Yeah, these are only the major function of human ear. Okay, the ear is composed of the outer external ear, middle ear and inner internal ear, and we are going to discuss these parts one by one in detail. Okay, now let's start with the outer external ear actually. Okay, so in the diagram you can see this is the part of external ear. Okay, so here it contains auricle or pinna, external auditory canal, tympanic membrane, which is also called the eardrum. Okay, the opening before the temporal bone, there are hairs that guard the canal and skin that contains ceruminous glands. Okay, the ceruminous glands secrete cerumen, the wax, and wax has itself have a major property that it keeps foreign particles out, and also it has a bactericidal effect. Yeah. Okay, now let's see in a zoom diagram. Here you can see this is the pinna. Yeah, this is the pinna. Okay, pinna or also called auricle, and this the canal is called auditory canal. Yeah, here only in the skin there are ceruminous glands which secretes the earwax cerumen. Yeah. Okay, and the terminating part is eardrum here, the tympanic membrane. Okay, so this was all about the external ear here. Okay, now let's move on. Now let's discuss about the middle ear. The middle ear. Okay, this part is the middle ear. The space, the air filled space in the ear is called middle ear actually. Okay, so the middle ear consists of these structures: tympanic membrane. Tympanic membrane are also called eardrum. We have already discussed eardrum, auditory ossicles, malleus, incus, and steps. Okay, we'll discuss furthermore in detail about these ossicles. These are actually the bones, yeah, bones in the eye, in the ear, sorry, and oval window, tensor tympani, and stapedius. Okay, so if I zoom, okay, yeah, this is the zoomed diagram here. You can see this is the eardrum, yeah, and these are the malleus, incus, and steps. Yeah, these are the ear ossicles, and we are going to discuss in detail as well. And next to steps there is a oval window. Yeah, in the internal ear part we'll discuss more. Okay, and tensor tympani is the muscle attached with the eardrum and this malleus. Okay, and stapedius is the muscle, smallest muscle actually, which is attached with the stapedius with the oval window. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, now let's discuss about the ear ossicles in detail, the malleus, incus, and steps. Guys, these are the muscles, sorry, these are the bones actually. These are the bones that helps in amplifying the sound uh, vibrations. Yeah, these are the bones that increases the intensity of sound vibrations. Yeah. Okay, so here you can see these three bones connect the tympanic membrane and inner internal ear by tiny ligaments. Yeah. Okay, malleus vibrates at the same time as a tympanic membrane, then causing the incus to vibrate. Okay, the next bone to malleus is incus. Yeah, and that vibrates incus. Okay, now incus vibrates and sends the vibration on to the steps. Okay, and vibrates and sends a fluid into the inner ear through oval window. Yeah, means the vibration is first received by the malleus from the eardrum, and then the vibration is again passed to the incus, then to the steps, and then the steps passes the vibration to the internal ear, yeah, for further mechanism. Okay, so this was the overall concept, the idea for malleus incus steps, and the major function is only to amplify the sound vibration, yeah. Okay, so this was the idea. Okay, and malleus is a hammer shape. If you see in the diagram, okay, I will zoom it out. If you see the malleus, then it is of hammer shaped. Incus is anvil shaped, and steps is stirrup shaped, yeah. And steps is the smallest bone in the human body. Okay, and the muscle attached to steps is called stapedius. We have already discussed. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, now let's discuss about the muscles, yeah. Tensor tympani and stapedius muscle, as we have already discussed. Okay, tensor tympani connect to the wall of auditory tube, to the wall of auditory tube, pulls malleus inward when contracted, yeah. Means it connects eardrum with malleus, eardrum with malleus. Okay, guys. Okay, and stapedius muscle, this is the smallest muscle of the human body actually, and pulls the steps outward. Okay, the involuntary actions are part of the effector in the tympanic reflex. Okay, okay, guys, now let's move on. Now let's discuss about the internal ear. It is the major part, yeah. It involves in the parts of this ear, internal ear, only takes major role in balancing and hearing process. Okay, okay. So it includes, the structure includes cochlea, semicircular canals, and vestibule. Okay, okay. Let me zoom it out and make it more clear. Okay, guys. So this part are internal ear. Okay, and it is composed of cochlea, the vestibule, and these semicircular canals. Yeah, you can see the semicircle canals here. 3 semicircular canals are present. This is the vestibule and this is the cochlea. Okay, we are going to see in detail furthermore. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, okay, now let's see the parts one by one. Okay, now cochlea, fluid filled snail like structure that contains receptor organ for hearing. Okay, and spiral organ of Cottai. This is the only organ responsible for hearing. Okay, guys. Okay, and divided into 3 chambers, and they are scala vestibuli, scala media, and scala tympani. We are going to discuss in detail. Okay, and contains hair cells. Okay, and 2 types of fluids are present in it: perilymph and endolymph. Okay, perilymph and endolymph. Okay, now let's see about the cochlea chambers here. Yeah, this is a chamber: scala vestibuli, scala media, and scala tympani. Okay, guys, and scala vestibuli is the upper layer part, and which is filled with the perilymph, provides cushioning support similar to interstitial fluid. Okay, scala media, endolymph is filled there, and organ of Cottai is present here, and which is responsible for hearing in human system. Okay, okay. Now scala tympani, perilymph provides cushioning support similar to interstitial fluid. Okay, okay. Now let's see. Okay, guys, so this is the clear cut diagram. This is a very important diagram, yeah, which will explain the overall idea, the overall concept. Okay, okay. Now let's see here. Here, guys, this is the steps, yeah, the part of middle ear. Okay, okay, 1 minute. Okay, the part of middle ear, the sound vibration from here enters into the scala media, sorry, scala vestibuli first, through fenestra ovalis. Okay, the oval window actually, yeah, remember. Okay, the oval window, and here the vibrations. Okay, here it travels. Okay, now from here the vibrations are passed to the perilymph, the fluid perilymph, the fluid filled here in the scala vestibuli, okay, which is perilymph. Okay, okay. Now after to that, the okay, and now let's first discuss about the structures. Okay, okay. So this is the cochlea. Let's go from the beginning. So this is the structure of cochlea. Okay, guys. Okay, and it has three parts actually. Okay, the scala vestibuli, scala media, then scala tympani. Okay, guys. Okay, at first the sound vibration comes to the scala vestibuli from the fenestra ovalis. Okay, okay. Then uh, we need to understand three more concepts here. uh, the membrane that separates the scala vestibuli and scala media is Reissner's membrane, okay, and the membrane that separates scala media with the scala tympani is basilar membrane. Okay, guys, very important term here. Okay, now in the scala vestibuli there are organ of Cottai. Here you can see the cells of organ of Cottai, which extends from the length of to the length of scala media. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now the sound vibration from a scala media, a scala vestibuli, passes to the perilymph, the fluid filled in this scala vestibuli, and then through the Reissner's membrane, the vibrations are moved to a scala media here, and in the scala media here the fluid filled is very important, endolymph. Okay, guys, endolymph. Okay, and here the fluid is vibrated. Okay, and there are cells that they are called hair cells and supporting cells present in the scala media part here, which is called the organ of Cottai, which are only responsible for the transduction of mechanical signals into the electrical signals. Okay, here you can see here, whenever there are disturbance in the endolymph or vibrations in the endolymph, then uh, the charge in flux takes place, yeah, in the organ of Cottai, in the hair cells, yeah, the stereocilia actually, yeah, and over to it, and over to stereocilia here the cell, there is another gelatinous membrane which is also called the tectorial membrane. Again, one important term here, guys. Okay, tectorial membrane. In this way, the vibrations get transmitted or transducted into the electrical impulses, and from these the electrical impulses are carried to the brain, yeah, for the further interpretation of sound. Yeah, this was the concept, guys. This is the mechanism of formation of impulse, sound impulse. Okay, guys. Okay, okay, and after to that the vibrations are again passed to the scala tympani now, yeah, from basilar membrane, and these vibrations are passed outside from this round window actually, which is called fenestra rotundus, yeah, and then these vibrations are further passed outside from the Eustachian tube, yeah, and this process takes place so that the further echo of sound does not take place in the ear. Okay, guys, this is the overall idea of mechanism of hearing. Okay, guys. Okay, now let's see furthermore. Yeah, one more term remain here, guys, the helicotrama. Guys, this is the point where the scala vestibuli and scala tympani meets. Yeah, this is actually the topmost point of cochlea. Yeah, okay. Okay, now let's see about the organ of Cottai. We have discussed in detail. Now let's see the further. Found on basilar membrane in the scala media chamber, yeah. Sensory organ of hearing, yes. Sound sensitive hair cells are present here, yeah. Pressure change causes hair cells to bend and stimulate nerve signals, which is carried to the brain. This is how sound can be recognized. We have discussed in detail, guys, yeah. Okay, this is the diagram representing the whole. Okay, now let's move on. Now let's see about the other part of internal ear, that is a semicircular canal. Yeah, these are semicircular part. Yeah, not fully circular part. Semicircular canal. Okay, body's balance organ is semicircular canal. Okay, three canals: superior, horizontal, and posterior, filled with endolymph that are each responsible for detection of motion on a different plane. Yeah, and here you can see this is the posterior canal, this is the lateral canal, and this is the anterior canal, and they all are right angle to each other. Yeah, and they are responsible for the representation of three different planes in the space. Yeah, okay. Sense head rotation movement. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, now let's see about the remaining part, that is vestibule. Yeah, senses movement. Vestibule is nothing but this middle part. Yeah, this is the cochlea, this is the vestibule, and this is our semicircular canals. Okay, okay, holds two sacs of fluid, the artericle and the saccule. Hair cells, macula are present, known as gravity receptors. Okay, guys, known as gravity receptors. Okay. Now let's see about the equilibrium. We have talked about the hearing process. Now let's talk about the equilibrium process. Yeah, state of balance. It is nothing but a state of balance condition in which contending forces are equal, and two types of equilibrium are there, that are static equilibrium and dynamic equilibrium. Okay, guys. Okay. Now let's see about the static equilibrium. Occurs when the body is motionless or moving in a straight line. Okay, means a linear motion is this. Okay, horizontal motion. Okay, maintains stability and posture. Yeah, in terms of inner ear is the vestibule. Yes, vestibule contains two sacs of fluid, that is ultricle and saccule. Okay, the maculae of the ultricle and saccule are the gravity receptors that responds to linear acceleration, yeah, deceleration and position in space. Okay, guys. Okay, now let's talk about the otoliths. Otoliths. Otoliths are calcium carbonate particles found in the fluid. Okay, when your head moves, the otolith bursts against the hair cell is that line the artericle and saccule and sends message to brain. Okay, guys. Okay, this figure will make you clear this diagram. Okay, okay, so this is the macule, this, and these are the otoliths, the calcium carbonate particles. Okay, okay, and these are the supporting cells. Okay, here you can see head is upright. Yeah, and here you can see head bent forward or backward. Yeah, forward or backward, it detects that. Yeah, and the movement of these otoliths helps in detection. Yeah, and according to this, the movement of otoliths, the particular signals are sent to the brain and further interpretation are taken, and which enables us to find that which position our head is. Okay, guys, this is the basic idea, the concept. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, now let's see about the dynamic equilibrium. Yeah, dynamic means motion. Okay, guys. Okay, occurs when the body is moving in a rotational or angular direction, that is spinning. Okay, guys, detects motion. Sense of balance is interpreted in the semicircular canals. Okay, guys. Ampulla, the organ of dynamic equilibrium, are located at the base of each semicircular canal. Actually, at the base of semicircular canal, there is a swollen part which is called ampulla. Okay, guys. Okay. A gelatinous cupula is found in the ampullae. Okay. Hair cells found on the cupula responds to movement. When head rotates, endolymph moves and flows into the ampulla and cause the cupula to bend, which triggers the hair cells to send message to the brain. Guys, this is a very important part here. Okay, what it is saying that actually in semicircular canal also there is a fluid field, that is endolymph. Okay, and actually what it here happens is when the head turns towards one side. Okay, okay, this diagram will help you understand in detail. Okay, actually what happens is when the head turns towards one side, then the endolymph of ear also moves in a same direction, and this moving flowing endolymph will stimulate macula, which sends this information towards brain, and brain understands in which direction head or body is moving. Okay guys, this is a very important concept here. Okay, now let's talk about the angular acceleration. Let's talk about the rotation. Okay, suppose, okay, so after rotation for some time, when we stop, then even after stopping, the endolymph of ear continue to move for some time, okay, due to inertia actually, okay, and brain continue to receive the false signal of rotation, and we feel body is still in the moving condition. Yeah guys, this is a clear cut concept. Yeah, whenever we are spinning or rotating, after stopping also we feel like we are rotating. Yeah, this is the feeling. Yeah, and this is the reason for that feeling. Yes, this is the overall idea. Okay, okay guys, so this is the overall idea for dynamic equilibrium. Now let's talk about the pathways, the overall concept. Let's go from detail from beginning to last. Okay, the pathway actually. Okay, the ear, the auricle pinna collects sound waves in the air, and in the air then sends them to the auditory canal. Okay, then after to that auditory canal, once the sound waves enter here and pass to the end of the canal, they alter pressure on the tympanic membrane. Okay, the tympanic membrane moves back and forth due to sound waves, and which makes the vibration. Very good. Now, malleus incus and steps. Okay, these three bones connect the tympanic membrane and internal ear by the tiny ligaments we have discussed. Malleus vibrates at the same time as tympanic membrane, that then causing the incus to vibrate. Incus vibrates and sends the vibration onto the steps. Yes, steps vibrates and sends fluids into the ear through oval window. Yes, the oval window is the opening that transmits pressure waves of sound into the cochlea. Then the round window, waves move to the round window and it releases pressure caused by the vibration of the steps in the oval window. The cochlea, sound waves makes fluid in the cochlea move and trigger the hair cells to move as well. Yes, the hair cells located on the organ of Cottai separate the sound waves according to their frequencies. Okay guys, so this was the overall idea, the overall concept. And after to that, the auditory nerve, hair cells cause an electrical signal to travel through the auditory nerve and to your brain. Yeah, and the brain responds to these separate frequencies and makes a complete sound from them. This is the overall idea, the overall concept. Okay guys, the overall idea, the overall concept about the pathways of sound. Yeah, and generation of impulse and interpretation of sound into the brain. Okay guys, so this was all about. Yeah, we have discussed the overall concept on the human ear, the structure and its function, the pathways, its parts, its function, the working mechanism. Yeah, this is the overall idea guys. I hope you have found this video effective and the concept of human ear is being clear to you now. Yeah, okay guys, so this much for today. And if you like the video, please hit the like button, do share with your friends and colleagues, and yeah, surely subscribe the channel for more such upcoming videos. Okay guys, okay then, take care. Till then, bye bye, have fun.